What is up, beautiful people? We are here straight into the pistol. The action has begun. They're out towards mid on the sAw side. There's no one here. There is no defense at the middle. They are acutely aware on the team spirit side of things, but a nice little idea here from sAw. Whether it comes off is another question. 2 quick headshots from the USPs would say it is not going to work, but we'll find out. Chopper, back end, trying to stay alive, needs to be traded. Story actually gets a double. Donk all alone over here, staying alive somehow.
No.
Oh my goodness, Donk. He's here, he's arrived, and the stories are true about this guy, let me tell you.
Oh, man, that is so rough. How did they not hit that last play? He's 1 point of HP.
Yeah, man.
Oh, credit to Donk.
Just doing a little dance while he's reloading.
Yeah, man. Credit to him, though. I mean, that composure in that situation. He's got to pull off a reload and then reset himself. He knows there's one guy to the right, and he actually ices the fight quite well. Oh, sAw let that one slip. It's actually quite a nice idea going for that mid take through, but unfortunately for them, it does not work. And now, this once again is one of those kind of throwaway rounds. Feels like the old attack without calling attack kind of situation. You can see them not taking too many fights apart from you jerks. It gets a little angsty. Nearly does go down. But yeah, this is just now an opportunity for sort of a little conversation. Maybe kind of what they've seen in terms of the setup. See maybe when they go into their full buy, what they can do. Oh, yes. So easy. 4 Magics, 4 to his name, 1 for Donk. We love the eco frags. 2-0 for Spirit. Now sAw have got money to work in a full buy.
Yeah. This is obviously what we're waiting for. Rough pistol, quick throwaway. They can get a rifle on the board. It would be really nice for them, of course. Their map pick. We always talk about putting your best foot forwards, particularly when you are the underdog in a matchup. A little bit limited on the utility. Goodness me, they're looking good on the CT side already, so we'll see. This could get ugly fast. Speaking of fast, we've got some quick ramp control from both sides. Aid on to the smoke there, try and get some vision down, but nobody taking a peek on the sAw side of things. Playing it safe at the moment. Scaring Artfrost away. Keep him out of action, of course. The AWP out pretty early, you would argue, actually. A lot of teams will choose to bonus, right? But he's gone straight in for it.
Nice shot. Finds Roman. Looks for more. That's a quick flick. The flash is good to give him more space. Most AWPers don't like playing Vertigo. The map really limits the space you can get, but we know Artfrost is not one of those. Lovely work. And oh, Magic's gonna find 2 of his own. Oh, Matthias has spotted him. No way. He is so confused. So confused. Like a magician popping out of nowhere. Snuck under the gun, dude. I'm assuming he was probably looking at his radar, maybe, which is how he didn't spot him, but I can't even really call it a 4x3 moment because he went under him rather than kind of on the left or right hand side of the screen. 3-0. Spirits in a very good position right now. They're denying basically everything. Even bomb plants are eluding sAw right now.
Does it not make your screen a little bit higher? I don't think people notice that as much, but like, is that not what the numbers are? You know, 16 by 9 is like,
yeah, I don't know.
you're 16 across and then 9 down. So surely it does make it a little smaller. So maybe. I'm trying to be nice guy, give him the benefit of the doubt, but still, he probably should have found that frag. What is going on here with the pistols? Oh, problematic. Multikill has got his hands on the AK as well. He's got armor and Artfrost. Goes digging when maybe he shouldn't have done. Now we are in a very winnable situation. A lot of weapons recovered and Multikill continues to frag. Just Magics all of a sudden, as if this is the round that they win.
Surely not as well. I don't think Magic's really has a chance. These are the sort of rounds that you just can't let slip. It does give sAw a little bit of leverage to work with. They'll take it all the way. And of course, the upgrades they've got alongside too. An AWP, some rifles, all for free. They're probably feeling pretty happy right about now. Really good round, all things considered, though, from Multikill. 3 kills to his name in 3 massively important ones at that. Not a bad position to be in. Magic's going to try and find some fights on the way out. Any kills he does find as well will be huge, just in the sense that just limits maybe sAw can save over. But actually sAw opt not to fight. Pretty level-headed there. Even though they know they got the numbers, they know how important it is. Right, they keep an eye on those rifles. Double M4. An AK and AWP saved over by sAw in a round, one off the back of an eco. Massively important for the side, who currently look a little shaky on their own map pick.
Yeah, not the best. But we'll see. We'll see. They obviously have to continue this energy, and ultimately the rifle rounds, isn't it, that they have to pick up. A little bit of a slow start moving into this, but not really looking to take any chances on that sAw side in particular. Nobody peeking for Team Spirit, so they should have decent ramp control if they want it. It's just a question of where they go from here.
Boost coming through, nothing offering up for it. They have an aid to work with as well, but it is a pretty good setup that looks like it wasn't headed in the direction of B. Big man Dunk going to be tested. Waiting for a sound key to work with. There it is, Molotov. He'll tickle his toes. There's one before he falls on an Aristotle trade.
Clean. Keep it rolling, keep it moving. Oh, there's Magic's coming in, though, to net the man advantage. Artfrost not quite fast enough on the reactions, which is fair. Oh, and the leg of Story taken out. He'll be limping his way through this post plant then. Muterius, big headshot. Magic's tagged down a little low as well, so not looking as bad for sAw. A late smoke is really nice. Going to make it very difficult to get into this bomb site, but they are opting to get aggressive at first, but then not in position to trade. It kind of gets weird from here. Chopper on the edge of the smoke, able to take out Story. It's just going to be Roman remaining with a Deagle up close. It's not good enough. They will pull off a very clean retake indeed. Artfrost has the kit. Chopper looking for utility, but the round is theirs.
Yeah, really solid, honestly. That's it's played really well coming back in. Chopper kind of leading from the front, and I kind of given all the room and the leverage over towards Artfrost. It's kind of the idea of, well, I might die here, trade me, and kind of leaving it on the limbs of the very, very talented Orpa, who so far has actually looked pretty damn crisp. Well played. Spirit are going to call for their first tack pause, though. Actually, probably understandably as well. They had a triple stack towards A, one towards mid, one towards B. And, I mean, Donkey is very talented, but leaving him alone there towards site is always a little bit of a risk in my eyes. And we saw it there. It gives just too much space to work with the sAw side. I think they've realized a little bit of a weakness maybe cropping up. So, at the moment, not the end of the world. I think Spirit, they know they've got a few little areas where they potentially could clean some bits up. Hence, they're going to have a little conversation. Go back underway. So, 3-round buffer. So, still got money for a buy because of those weapons they collected. Lose this one on a bomb plant, it won't quite be the same.
It's true. Very true. A bit more aggression this time around from Team Spirit towards the top end of ramp. Not started super clean, I have to be honest. Chopper, though, with a really well-timed back away. Doesn't get too crazy, right? He was about to go around that corner, but saw utility coming over, immediately backs off rather than overcommitting, and you see what happens. His patience nets him a frag. So man advantage here for Spirit once again. Fantastic spot for them to be in, as always.
It's quiet off the back of the map control, so they don't need to overextend all too much. Imagine a little right here. Story finds it first. Magic's into the trade, and the orb of Artfrost will rattle off the final materials once more as well. And oh my god, he hits it. Of course he does. Nothing was on my screen, but Artfrost, that's all he needs. 5-1, and they are putting sAw in the mud once again. sAw may have found a little bit of a consolation round off the back of those pistols, but when it comes to the full guns, only one team winning right now. And Spirit, this is alarming signs. We already said that for sAw that Anubis is not pretty at the moment. They have to take Vertigo if they want a chance in this series. It does feel like right now they're letting it slip quite rapidly, in fact.
Did say in the early stages, right? Like, this could get very worrying very quickly. They have brought the money of Team Spirit quite low, I suppose, is the one silver lining, as you like to always say. See what they can do with that fact. Decent nades. Donk, though, playing up close. This is a scary, scary spot. Oy, the flashes are a bit dodgy, but he's not been spotted as yet. In comes Magix as well, holding pretty well. There's a player way deep into the site, somehow stayed alive that long. All the same, this B hit has fallen apart before it's even really gotten going. Just Muteris, who was that utility mule at the back end. His trusty Mac 10, Candy Apple. It looks good, but I don't know if he's going to find any frags with it at this range.
I think you're probably spot on. That'd have to be something a little bit magical. But I guess, I mean, Chopper and Magic's are low, so two players who probably has the most likelihood of finding a fight against. He's got an AK to work with. It now becomes a question, does he try and save it? Dying would be good for loss bonus, but guaranteeing a rifle is also not bad either. It looks like he's expecting a flank. I really feel like Team Spirit don't need to hunt, but it's not the end of the world if they go for it. They got money in reserves.
Yeah.
That sixth is locked in, dude. They are flying right now.
Yeah, I think it's probably just better for the cash and the longevity of where this lead is at to stay safe and hold their guns. Muteris will therefore commit to the save. There's nobody going to be around him, so he should be able to take it unless he changes direction. But I think he's just going to hold here, isn't he? Easy does it. And it will be yet another round for Spirit. The AK could do something. He's not looked too bad individually. Obviously had that little hero round with the pistols. A bit more of that is in order, but ultimately going to be difficult here for sAw to get anything done. Maybe a half buy down the middle.
Yeah. I think maybe they could work around it. I think once you've gone for some materials, you've gone for that save, and because you don't get any money off the back of it, you kind of force yourself into forcing around the AK-47. They are going to call a pause of the conversation before they do so. But I feel like with the save alone, it kind of is that commitment that you are going to buy around it. They can pick up Galils. They can pick up the Mac 10s, which are the worst on CS2, but it's still not going to be pretty Roman. Half armor and Tech 9 feels like they're not committing in that direction. It feels like they might just leave the AK as a bit of a hero here. I don't know whether I like it, but I mean, either way, there's negatives of each decision, right? If you go for a force, not only are you bringing in rough weaponry towards the next round, but also you can't leave yourself so exposed having no econ for the next couple. On the other side, ecoing here means you kind of throw away around a little bit unless Materials can pull off some magic, which you did earlier, or you, I don't know. Neither side has a kind of a fully fledged positives and negatives here. Legs spotted of Irish Dosh. Quick flick from Artfrost. Oh, this time playing over towards B.
Decent bit of nade damage to kick us off here. I think it might have actually been the AWP tag onto a Rozdosh there. All the same, not the ideal start for sAw. Really trying to work this AK into proceedings. A little bit of a trade out at the bottom end of ramp. Not the worst in the world. Jerks with the Molotov. I'm not sure if that... It does land. Okay, fair enough. Pushes Chopper away. They're not really able to capitalize on it. I think they really do want to go towards B at the end of the day, but just keeping attention. Ooh, across the map. Donk takes a fair bit of damage there, but he goes back in for the reface, of course. Flash over for him to regain some space. Change the position up. Lovely shot. Lovely mind gaming as well with his movement. All the same. Man advantage. Weaponry looking good. The AK's still in action here. Oh. Donk takes another head, man. This guy. I mean, he looks great. It's actually Magix who's 11-1 right now, but I think whenever we've spectated Donk, he just hits some really good shots.
Donk looking for more and getting more. Pretty simply done for him as well. Irish Dosh, terrible doing his legs, just desperately trying to stay alive here. He isn't going to be given the luxury, I'll tell you that for free. They are circling. And Artfrost finally gets his kill. He tagged up Irish Dosh on the start of that one. I guess the kill towards the end. The youngsters are shining here. But like you said, Magic is the one farming. Of course, 4 of them did come from that eco round. But you take them all the same. 7-1. No comparison between these two teams right now. The way things are shaping up, this could be a mightily quick series. Because sAw just don't even look like they can scratch the surface at the moment.
Yeah, definitely looking that way, unfortunately. Just a question of how far it's going to go now, I suppose. One of the more one-sided games that I have casted in CS2, that is for damn sure. sAw are struggling, and it is really not a great sign. We talked about the importance of this game, of course. This is their map pick. They need to make themselves known on the leaderboard. Story will open. Artfrost trying to retrieve some space, but decides against it. Zontic's also giving it up. So, first time in a while, sAw in a pretty good spot.
Well, goes a little bit quiet as well with Chopper falling, but I guess of all the players to fall Team Spirit, it's probably one you don't really mind too much. Well, he hasn't really shown up too much here. Zontic is incredibly talented in his own regard. Recently, he's running up some monsters. I think his last 2 games, he's averaging like 160 ADR, so he's been having a bit of a whale of a time. Donk, backside. Spots one, drops a molly. Nicely played. Flash going nice and high, and you fall back towards default. Pretty well played there as well. They had to sit in the flames for a little bit too to try and find that frag. So arguably doing enough here as he falls back towards pillar. And here he's had a lot of success within. Now he's been spotted. Good for the first. Looks for more. Donk doing what Donk does best and staying alive, desperately trying to find those fights. 2 versus 2 ensues, and Team Spirit got a chance.
Yeah, this is decent. This looks winnable for sure. Magix maybe goes in a bit too aggressive, though, before his teammate is really around to find the trade or anything. Artfrost trying to find a head. Story comes round to take him out, though, and sAw are back on the board. Their first rifle round has been picked up. There is, of course, still scope for recovery. But that was a nice round. That was a nice round. Got a bit difficult towards the end, but they pulled it off. So they can find the opener within the rounds. I think they are looking good.
Yeah. No, exactly that. I think it's what I think kind of where things find ourselves right now. It's for sAw, they're just struggling the first 20 seconds, basically. Map control's a little lackluster. Like you said, they're losing that opening duel so often, and because of it, it's putting them in a really janky space. But better there. There's Dosh. Tagged down early. More of a passive play here as well by Team Spirit. Not trying to take those early fights all too much. Just to say this, though, they're reclaiming a lot of space in towards mid. Actually happy to leave B empty.
Yeah, kind of interesting. Pretty committed to the push. Maybe committed to the idea that they are playing around ramp, which is not wrong. You jerks finds a clean heady, though. Another great opener coming round. Where is this flank? It's on the way, and it is indeed 2 of them. They're unaware. Oh, but they peek around at the perfect time. There's team damage in there. Leave. It gets really awkward for Spirit. Donk bails on 3 HP, and they have this lurking presence out at B as well. So I think that's going to be the site falling. Donk is moving away, and now the rest of the team will join in. So, sAw getting their claws in at the very tail end of the first half.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. I think for sAw, even if it goes towards 5, it's still relatively concerning being at their map pick, but I just want to see them find a little bit of form on the tail end here. Just get that confidence going up before you head on towards your CT side, which we're kind of finding themselves into right now. So it's better. All 5 staying alive is good too. Just keeps that economy in check, which has been the biggest issue for sAw, constantly being dropped into these kind of half buys and ecos. Never pretty at all. Nicely done. You jerks. A little double. That'll be the round. Main thing, of course, over towards Team Spirit is just keeping themselves alive too. The only thing being, how do they buy around this? Normally when you have 3 alive, you can muster together something, but it's actually quite awkward in terms of the drops. Chopper and Magix have to try and work the Artfrost can get over 1, but somebody's going to be left low. And so we are seeing another attack pause be called here. I do wonder what the kind of the conversations to be had here. You kind of assume that maybe Magix has dropped 1 over, and then Chopper just goes in towards the likes of, I don't know, maybe just a pistol. He doesn't really mind it. You know, I know on T side he loves playing on the Mac 10. Yeah, it's Artfrost. He will drop 1 over. Actually, Chopper against the M4 though over Magix, surprisingly. Of course, they can drop some util too. So 7-3, we find ourselves. Can Team Spirit lock themselves into 8, or are we going to see sAw find that form in the tail end of the half?
That is the big question, man. Yeah, 3 still isn't quite going to cut it, to be honest. The slowest Molotov you've ever seen. Will push Donk out of position. No early peaks. Certainly early presence on B. Nading a flash round. Try and make life awkward for Artfrost. Bit all over the place at the moment. sAw, again, are just trying to spread Team Spirit thin. Isolate the 1v1s, right? They've started winning them, so let's get more of those.
Rely on the individuals if you can. Zontic went for a little look in. Doubles away. The MP9 and Magic's not good enough. In towards mid, but Chopper reclaiming a little bit of space. Zontic's will fall, though. That leaves ramp pretty open.
Artfrost takes out the first. They need a little more than that, though. Looking for Story, gonna get him. This is looking very good indeed. Rosdosh is gonna melt down, not quite recognizing it. Oh, sAw dropping the ball here as they lose members left, right, and center. Down to just Mutiris and Roman. Nice find from Roman onto the AWPer. 2 versus 2 ensuing. Of course, we've got Chopper hidden away. He might not be expected, to be honest with you. In all the carnage, surely he would have revealed himself by now. He's still playing safe. Really winding this one down. Oh, it's a little awkward on the spray, but he does get it done in the end. And that sneaky little move towards Gap is quite well played in the end.
Nicely done. Really is. I think maybe could have denied that bomb plant. I don't think it makes a big difference overall. There's still plenty of money for sAw to work with regardless. But 8-3. I think it's safe to say at this point Spirit have done enough in our eyes that we're happy with heading in towards that second half. But any more for any more is the question. sAw have still struggled to get in towards this game. They've won basically 1 full buy round where it's been clean. Still struggling to get any sort of success when it matters most. Feedback's going to come through as well. Aristosh locked out of those B stairs early. Deep nade comes through, which takes the tag from.
1 for 1 to begin this round. Donk down the smoke. He's looking for that fight, isn't he? 3 HP. Just about makes it out alive. No one around to trade. So it's an advantage. Not the cleanest. Goodness me. Zontic's little toes pointing down. Lucky to be alive there, it feels like. They've made space towards middle. Not sure whether Artfrost heard that drop. I don't think so. He's not looking weary enough of the area, but this is very strange how deep the sAw players are. I don't think they will expect this at all. So if played well, there are 2 kills up for grabs here. But you jerks can go straight in for the spray down. There's a trade opportunity for Zontix. Gets 1, looking for the second. I mean, Mutiris is now trapped away towards headshot. Doesn't really have too many options. Story also taking a fight. This is a wild turn of events, I have to say. Nade could do some decent damage here. Nearly finishes the player off, but he somehow survives inside of it. Donk, indeed lucky to be alive. Magic's lucky to be alive. But it is Donk to find that final frag. 9-3. Super clean from Spirit. Should be enough to win it. Time will indeed tell. We'll catch you after the break.
You love it, you wear it. What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Oh,
Okay.
hello.
So, apologies. It would seem our halftime break wasn't taken by the players. So, not quite sure what's happened there. But sAw have picked up the pistol. We've got that at the very least. What? Okay, apparently we've got a break now. All right, we might as well stay on now. I'm happy to stay on. What? Oh my goodness. What the heck is going on? Okay, all right. We're going to take a break now, guys. So okay, welcome back. We've all just had a fun time. Never in my life have I had it pushed and then we got a break and then yeah, it was just a bit hectic for a minute. So thank you for bearing with. sAw won the pistol. If you are a bit confused as to what the heck is going on, sAw won the pistol. You know, you went away for your break, right? Like Neo, you went to grab a drink and then you've come back and you've gone, whoa, what's going on? The game's started. Yeah. So sAw won the pistol, hence the buy, hence the eco from Spirit. And it was certainly a round that they needed to bring us back down to earth, of course, to keep this game alive. Their CT side has to be pretty immaculate.
Yeah, I think that's safe to say. I think right now, definitely a weird one, but winning it would make a difference here on a force fight if they could. Aristosh, though, finds Dong to kickstart things. Chopper is alive.
Yeah, not the best. Sontic's also taken low here. So the initial moves in these sort of anti-eco rounds are usually the most important. As we saw, sAw won one of their own where it's like, if you get one kill and then you can snowball that into another, pick up a gun, right? That's where it gets really scary. But if you, as the defending team, can find a frag, do some damages with senior, they should just be able to play the numbers game from here on in. That's exactly what they're doing. Magic's with one head, but I think that's all we're going to get for Spirit in this round. And thus saw off to a very clean start to the second half. Going to be difficult here, I will say. We've got 2 FAMASs and MP9, maybe another one to join that in the hands of U-Jerks. We'll see. Now he's going to get the FAMAS and an M4 will come out. So pretty heavy bonus buy. Still very workable, though. 4 rifles is pretty good.
Yeah, that's kind of that's sort of silver lining we like to speak of. I think, again, though, you do look at this sort of buy and think probably the advantage probably looked in favor of Spirit right now. What I have to speak of, they should be in the opposite word, be fine here. Take a look and see. Only a couple of fights coming through. Nothing offering up just yet. Molotov somehow not spreading on towards Aristosh. He's a lucky man. But, yeah, this one, Team Spirit have that sumptuous first half. Can't see a world and wish they let it slip unless Saw going in an immaculate form.
Quiet here, isn't it? Really, really slow round from Spirit as they are not looking to waste any time, but also keeping all their utility. Trying not to lose any players, lose any damage. So it looks like a B execute is what they are after. Keep it simple. Try and test the water, which is nice early on. You got all these rounds to play with. Why not? Doesn't have to be super advanced. A late take towards the B stairs. A well-timed Molotov from Rozdosh, though, going to keep them at bay. Very well read. He didn't spot anyone there. He just has a fantastic sense of the timing. The smoke as well. Perfect.
SC gonna fight though. One in which story seems to be doing okay. Could line up a couple more corpses. Look for one, look for another. He's on a trade, makes it a double. Still feels like his chances are slim, but a 1v2 and a rotate back over towards the B side, or the A side, I'd say. He should be able to get a bomb plant here. It's all a ruse.
Interesting. No time. That's why now. No time.
Yes, that would be it. That would be it.
Yeah, yeah. If there was no resistance, he might have been able to get a bomb plant, but of course I think he knew that they would hear him and they would get there before he did. So fair enough. Saw then, looking pretty good. Money in a decent spot. I think they're very happy with how this is going so far, Team Spirit. This is, of course, the map that, you know, it's not a heavy punish, but it's towards the bottom end of their maps played, let's say. So certainly not their best. And I think the T side might be a bit of a challenge for them if they cannot get off the ground, particularly. You know what I mean? Like if it gets to like 9-8 and that's when they win their first round, that's really not good enough. So this next rifle that's on the way in round 17 has to be a victory for them.
Yeah. It's got on. Ooh, quick trade gonna come through. U-Jerks maybe could have got a couple more though. Just let it slip a little bit. Donk is so blind, has no clue where he is. Eagle. No chance. Zontix, Aristosh will pick him off. Zontix hasn't really got his form going so far this game. He's been in a really decent run recently, but not specifically struggling. Same can't be said for Donk though. His techno story. That's a rifle collected.
Could be big. Could be big. They don't gain much space off of that kill though, is the difficulty. Know where Roman's at now, but the rotations have started to come in. Rozdosh in particular is looking very good indeed. Chopper alone with nothing but a P250. He's, again, going to try and bait them out, but they have enough numbers that they could kind of split things up ever so slightly here, and that's exactly what they've done. Rozdosh back towards B, feeling confident to hold that down there, and yeah, well, Chopper thought he had a freer bomb site, a freer ramp take than he did. So no chance at the plant, no chance at the round. As said, this is the important one. We are going to see the AWP come out, in fact. Again, as you talked about, not a lot of AWPers like Vertigo, not a lot of AWPers like T-side Vertigo. So
yeah,
it is certainly interesting. Art Frost has not been at the top end of the scoreboard, not necessarily struggling, but we'll see. We'll see. I think they'll try and give him a pick if they can.
Yeah, then again, not a lot of AWPers are like Art Frost as well. He is definitely
this is true.
One of the better up-and-comers in CS2 right now. See what he can do. Ooh, I think that may have been a pixel spotted by Art Frost. He's waiting for another opportunity at it. Spot him, tags him. Jerk's a lucky man to stay alive there. 30. George of Molotov, and he's out of there. Doesn't really want to stick around at least facing over towards ramp. That's what the orb can do. Great at the information gathering as well. And of course, forcing those riflers further back.
Again, though, just trading utility for the most part here. Ujux has taken some damage, but not a lot of aggression from Spirit, which is usually what you expect from this heavy firepower-based team. So taking it a bit slower, giving sAw the respect and the space that maybe they think they deserve. I think the top of Erosdosh's head spotted there. Oh, it's falling apart. It's falling apart. That is such a damn shame. They were in the right place, but just not quite ready for the attack to come in on B there.
I'm going down. Donk. He will fall to the hands of Roman, but it won't really make too much of a difference. Team Spirit about to lock in their 10th here. Now, I was going to say Team Spirit trying to look to see if they can make it any more expensive. Frost doesn't even care to double check. Second, that other player takes a pop shot. He'll just run away. I don't really think there'll be too many fights on the way out here. I don't really think anyone's too scared of the bomb going off to the far enough away from the radius that they should be fine. Oh, well, that'll be that. So, Story and Roman will stay alive. Team Spirit find themselves up to 10. They find themselves at that 3-round buffer zone that they've kept for the vast majority of this game. Generally speaking, looking pretty good. Now, a question, of course, what they can do around it. They can force, is the main thing. A drop can come over to the likes of Ujux. They are going to go for their second tack pulls before they go for this call, though. I mean, Aristosh and Materials can buy. There's no issues. Ujux is on 2k, but you can get a drop over from Story, maybe, in towards the likes of like a FAMAS, something like that. It probably can make it work relatively comfortably. I mean, it's one of those awkward situations. I mean, Story, when you're an AWPer, you're always kind of wanting to keep a little bit of extra cash on hand just to have an AWP maybe later down the line. But at this point, I just think having the rifles out means a lot more.
Yeah, I mean, part of it is money. I think another part of it is strategy of this round, maybe where they are going to try and get aggressive, because this is a must-win round. It really is. The game is going to slip. If they're unable to save, it's probably the game. At the very least, 12, right? Which then puts you into that super difficult 5 in a row that they will require. So, really important to get this round. Maybe even important to get it cleanly, but for the most part, let's just focus on securing it. I think that's a lot of what that chatter will have been about.
So I will take it once again. Team Spirit are pretty happy just to make sAw sit on it for a while, right? We've seen this quite a lot. Sometimes he takes stairs control and just stay there. It doesn't need to do anything too drastic. Nice little hot flash is bouncing out there over towards Ram. It's nicely done. Calm ladder him. Gives him some space to speak of. As Chopper and Zontics go poking and prodding towards B. Now they're going to go loud. They're going to make some noise about it. Zontics takes a tag, but Aristosh in trouble. He has to get out of there.
Yeah, it's a little scary. It is a little scary. Erosdosh just out in the open, trying to stand his ground. Doesn't work out. There was so many players ready to go on that B-bomb side, but again, unable to win the gunfight. You know, positionally, strategically, quote-unquote, you could argue, looking good. Meanwhile, while all this goes on, Donk continues to be a thorn in the side of the A players, right? Taking one of them down consistently, keeping another one attentive to his position. And look at him go, man. You know what I mean? He's the one-man army over here. That's another thing that they've got to contend with, and he pretty much cuts off any chance of a rotate and a retake with these frags that he is picking up. It's all falling into place for Team Spirit right now.
This is a team that are on fire, right? I don't think there's any question marks about it. They have been just killing it. I think as well for sAw, there's a lot of question marks now. No extra funds left in reserves. They are really in a rough spot. I don't really know if there's any chance of them climbing back into this. I think right now, I think for sAw, they got one more tack to speak of. You'd probably save it maybe for the next full buy, but it also could be a last as well. So yeah, definitely not a good position to speak of. I don't really know what comes forward from this. Everything is starting to slot very nicely into place here 14 Spirit, I can't see a ward. I wish they let this slip.
Well, it's going to have to happen in the next round, isn't it? Chopper opens up with his free fire there. Story is towards middle. That's kind of what they went for, right? Try and get some mid-aggression with the rifles, surrounded with pistols. No one there for Team Spirit. They're looking to take it safe and simple. So far, so good. Bonk on the entries this time around. Will lose his head, but easily traded, easily sorted by Spirit. 5 in a row for sAw to stay alive on their own map.
Yeah, super simple, isn't it? Very, very simple round, which we didn't really expect anything different just because of the lack of investment coming in. sAw now, last chance for them to stay alive on their pick. If they don't, man, it's such worrying times, especially just considering how good Spirit have looked at Anubis and, well, how poor sAw have looked at it at times as well. It's a horrible situation to be in. They've got prime Team Spirit. Bad steal away your own map pick. For sAw, this is a very lackluster situation, especially considering they are in desperate need of wins if they want any chance of getting through in towards the playoffs for ECL. AC feels like now or never.
Flash round. Bonk looking to get aggressive out there. Oh, he's going to lose his life. All right, let's go. sAw with a little bit of energy left in them. Zontix, meanwhile, creeping around on the B-bomb site. Not quite on the site itself. Muterius around the corner needs dealing with. sAw is getting here at the time. Oh, team kill. But it is all okay. We'll see. Depends on what Roman can do, though, I suppose. Getting aggressive through the smoke, loses his life. Just U-jerks to keep them alive here now. And he goes down to Artfrost, of course. Solid game from Spirit. As said, it was going to be a challenge for sAw. They never really got going in either half, to be honest, right? They were always playing to Spirit's tune. They were always playing catch-up. And that is exactly how Spirit like to play things. Perfect Counter-Strike, to be honest.